Hey, good morning, everybody. How's it going?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
What's up,
morning.
my
Good morning.
friends?
We're back. Greg and I are back on Saturday morning doing the thing, doing double jointed. I think it was the ancient Grecian philosopher Curtis of Ackerman who once said, uh, "Double jointed is the best thing to happen to Saturday morning since
Absolutely.
cereal." Since
And he
cereal.
might be right.
I don't know. Did he say that? I don't know. I could be wrong.
He's a wise man.
But
He's a
welcome,
wise man.
welcome everybody. Wise ancient Grecian philosopher.
Yeah, he's great.
Let's see who we have in the chat already. Brian Carr is in the chat with us this morning. Heinrich, who we may see again later. Blake Recon Rage. Good morning to you. Articulated Times. Steve, how's it going, buddy? Going to be bringing you up later again today, so stay tuned. Who else we have? We got the wise ancient Grecian philosopher Curtis of Ackerman is here
Good
with us
morning.
already.
Good morning.
Hopefully we're not in the shower with him. J Mac and Trevor McGuire. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here with us. We got a tight show for you guys today, and a little programming note later in the show when we have when we hit that full roster of people in the chat. I'm going to throw a little question to you guys, and we're going to have a poll because it will affect the show moving forward. A little programming change. So yeah, we got that going on. So that's
The
good. That's
cat's out of
something
the
good to
bag.
look
We
forward to.
we hate each other, and then we can't do the show together anymore. So
It's absolutely not that. It is a really good thing that we do not do this show sitting in the same room with one another because it would probably get really awkward, like
love fest.
uncomfortably. Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of belly and hair. We don't want you don't want that on
Yeah.
you don't want that on screen. Oh man. Uh Curtis says he's not in the shower, but he is naked. And
Thanks, Curtis.
so am I from the waist down. I am Winnie the Pooh
Aren't
this
we
morning,
always? Yeah, aren't we
aren't we?
always? Yeah.
Every morning,
Got
every
Nova
morning.
hair on me.
How are you doing, buddy? How's it going?
Busy, man. Work has been hectic. Weather's been crappy. But last night, man, I fired up the grill. It was like 20 degrees outside, and fired up, grilled some burgers and some steaks and some pork chops. And
Man,
we watched some good TV. So,
yeah.
enjoying the weekend. I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good too. Yeah, my wife had to work an overnight last night, and she just got in just a few minutes ago, and so she was not here. So I had the whole evening to myself to watch whatever I wanted. I got caught up on the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which
Great
I
show.
believe I believe episode 5 is out now, and there's only going to be 10, so we're halfway done with the season
Mm, that's
so
about right.
far.
I like this one.
I'm enjoying it. It's a lot more adult than it leads on in the first episode or so. Like there's some hints of some darker content there in the first episode, but um but yeah, it gets
What's
a lot.
what's the little tank? Like, is that air to propel the
Oh, that's
tank?
his
The
web
sand.
fluid. That's his web fluid.
Okay.
Yeah, and those cables go to his shooters because he's
Okay.
not fully
I do like the
um
costume. The
yeah
cables on his arms, I'm not a fan of because they just seem like they would get in the way. But
yeah
other than that, it's a fun show. I love the character building
yeah.
and all that. It's fun.
I do like the homemade suit design. Of all the homemade suit designs that we've seen in the past, I think this one's probably my favorite. I like
I
the colors; it
agree.
looks fun.
Yeah, I
Hot
agree.
Toys is like little. I don't want to say sister company, but like their little daughter company, Hano Studios, unveiled their Hot Toys Hano Studios version of that suit. But it's already like over $200 for that figure, or
Mhm.
it's right at 200. I don't think I'll get it. By episode 5, he has a new suit. He has quite a few of them, but he gets his, I guess, maybe permanent show suit. I still hope they
Mm.
revise it, but yeah, there's a lot going on. You by episode 5, you kind of know like who's the villain behind the scenes, pulling the
Mhm.
strings, outfitting these villains with enhanced stuff. So it's good. I like it.
And then you
I,
said you
I
started watching Creature Commandos.
Yeah, and then I started Creature Commandos after
That's
that,
fun
which I had
too.
not started. And I only watched the first episode. It takes place years and years after James Gunn's version of Suicide Squad. So, it hasn't hooked me yet, but I've heard enough about it that I know that it's going to be good. And so episode 1 just didn't pull me in, but I will say this: it has an excellent voice cast. The voice cast is,
I agree,
absolutely incredible. And G.I. Robot is my hero because all he wants to do is kill Nazis.
He's ready, dude. His arm turns into a gun, and he's ready to cap.
I love it. Like anytime you hear him to himself, he's just like, December 12th, 1945, 93 Nazis killed on the side of a river.
Yeah.
The next morning, I killed 33 more. Like he's just talking to himself, remembering the good old days.
Yeah.
And we need people like that in our life right now during this time. Hey, let's move on before we get taken to HR. So let's go ahead and get into it because oh man, I'm so excited for commercials today because I got some good ones and I figured out the audio. So let's get into it. All right. After these messages, we'll be right back. Okay. All right. What does this say? Let's see. Trevor McGuire says he draws the line after heavy petting. Yeah, we don't even get going until there's some heavy petting. So
that's where we start.
That's first base. Yeah, we start there. Okay, so right off the bat, we got a banger for you. Boy, this brings back some memories. Let me know what you think.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe!
It's a Cobra attack! Get the G.I. Joe hovercraft! Get the new Joes aboard!
G.I. Joe hovercraft holds 9 Joes. It's the big new way to bring the Joe team into action. And it floats on water.
Release depth charges! Yo, Joe!
G.I. Joe!
Chase that Cobra! Way to go, Joe!
G.I. Joe hovercraft comes with driver, other figures, and equipment sold separately from Hasbro.
Man, this is a banger because it's got all the qualities of everything I loved about a Joe commercial, which was, boats and water in your backyard. They didn't dig that hole. That water would have soaked right in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But good morning, William. I had to, and you guys can hear it. Yes,
and we can hear
I had to work on that last week with some friends to make sure I figured it out. But check this out. Who we got here? We've got is that Mutt? Facing the other direction over there. We've got Blowtorch, Cutter.
The Coast Guard guy?
Yeah, Cutter. I think that's
okay.
I think he was the one who came with this? And then that looks like Recondo.
So. Yeah.
If Andy was in the chat, he would know. He'd be like, yep, that is definitely Mutt going in right there. Yeah, look how big toys were in our little hands back then.
I know that is true, Tony. That is true.
And then who is this? Who is that right there? Like that's clearly like one of the green Joes on the left, but that's not Airborne, is it? I thought Airborne was like more detailed than that as a kid. It looks like Airborne's colors, but Cutter with his Red Sox hat, that's right. Look at that. Look how big they were, man. That's crazy.
They were big.
And then going into that water, like depth charges, and then this guy, I don't know who that is. He gets jettisoned. That's Death at Sea. Breaker and Airborne. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I wonder how much that cost back then. Do we know how much it cost? How much it
probably
was
like
retail?
$5. No, I would imagine that thing was probably around. It had to be around $20 or $30, right? Like $20, $30. Now, if like that'd be like a HasLab, like Hasbro,
right.
Like, hey, here's the new Joe HasLab coming in at $4.99. That's dragon money,
right? No kidding.
Stalker. It did look like Stalker. Yeah, Heinrich's right. That did look like Stalker being buried at sea there. Heinrich Hobbits at $30. Yeah, $30, man, for sure. All right, let's do it. Let's get the next one.
Decepticons are attacking our launch site. Where's Prime? He's on the Cybertron. It's up to you, Ultramagnet. Autobots, transform.
Yeah, I heard you got bounce already.
I'll be back.
Meet Ultramagnus. As car carrier, he can transport 4 Autobots into battle. But once there, he transforms into my powerful Autobot commander.
Transformers!
The Transformers, each sold separately from Hasbro.
Look at that. And what's dope about this is that's Peter Cullen's voice.
Our launch cycle, where's Prime? He's on Cybertron. It's up to you, Ultra Magnus. Autobots, transform and mount up.
When Ultra Magnus rolls into action, he takes on Decepticons. Magno run out.
Meet Ultra Magnus.
I love this. This is great. Look at there. There's Hot Rod, Smoke Screen, and then my boy Trax down there at the bottom. Man, I love Trax. He was one of my favorite cars when I was a kid. Man, it made me want a Corvette. Like, I was like, when I get to high school, I'm driving a Corvette.
As car carrier, he can
I would not be driving a Corvette.
transport 4 Autobots into battle. But once there, he transforms into my powerful Autobot commander.
Transformers.
The Transformers, each sold separately from Hasbro.
That's absolutely incredible. All right. So we lost Greg. He may be popping back in. Yeah, Brian, I do too. I missed him as well. But he may be popping back in, but if he doesn't, we have somebody who's going to be joining us. So our special guest who is in the chat, if you want to go ahead and click that link and jump into the green room, I will bring you in just in case we lose Greg for the rest of the show. I do too, man. Toy commercials, I could watch these all day. And I would get excited when I just saw like one toy commercial coming out and I knew what it was. I would just get excited just from the opener of the toy commercial. What's dope is that being a kid was a rare human trait. Yeah, exactly. That kid. That's right. Yes, absolutely. It definitely he should have gotten the Matrix of Leadership. No doubt about it. I just pre-ordered this week. I guess the Studio 86, are they re-releasing Ultra Magnus or is this a new one? Whatever it is. I just pre-ordered that this week because I love Ultra Magnus. He's pretty incredible. But just talking about the intro to toy commercials, this was one. When I saw this intro right here, I knew I was in for a treat.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Convert Switchblade to jet mode. Surprise, Math Tracker. It's mayhem. Battle station. Protect the decoder, Bruce. I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
Each sold separately with action figure.
Cover me, Matt. 10-4. Sato's getting away. But you're not, Mayhem.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino. Each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Oh, I love it. All right, we're going to be bringing in a special guest to fill in for Greg. I knew Greg was going to have to take off a little bit later in the show. I didn't know it'd be this early. Maybe he'll come back. But we're going to be bringing in our special guest, HH, my good boy, Heinrich Hoffman. How's it going, buddy?
Good morning, man. How you guys doing?
Dude, every time, let me tell you, one of my favorite probably my favorite stand-up comedian of all time is Mitch Hedberg. I love this guy. He's brilliant. If you're not familiar, Google him. He passed away, sadly, I think an overdose of cocaine or heroin. He was always on something. But he was my favorite. He was one of my favorite comedians. And he had this joke about trying to get a certain kind of candy, like out of a vending machine, where he was like, he goes, I went to a vending machine and I wanted H, so I pushed it. But it was actually HH, so I pushed it twice. I didn't realize there was an HH button. God damn it. And I love that joke. And every time I think of you, dude, I think of that joke. It's HH. I think
That's
of that.
awesome.
I was not familiar with the button HH. All right, so let's go back, man. Welcome to the show. Thanks for hopping on and talking toys with us this morning. I really
my pleasure.
appreciate
I got my Schmerber shirt on. I got my Schmerber hat on. I'm ready. Yeah.
Look at that. I'm rocking Smurb. I'm Smurbered up. I'm Smurbered up this morning.
Yeah, man.
As they say.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Convert Switchblade to jet mode. Surprise, Math Tracker. It's mayhem. Battle station. Protect the decoder, Bruce. I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
Each sold separately with action figure.
Cover me, Matt. 10-4. Sato's getting away. But you're not, Mayhem.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino. Each sold separately. New from Kenner.
But they were cool. I mean, I actually tried to go back and watch like an episode of Mask on Tubi, and it was just so horrible. It was just so bad. I'm just like, oh my god.
That's the bad thing, is that a lot of these cartoons, they're masterpieces in our memory, but you go back and you watch them, and it's really, man, it's really tough. Sometimes it's really, really hard.
Well, I got to give the credit for the guys that created Mask, whoever was, behind that, because they, I don't know how aware the development times with that and Takara doing Transformers or Diaclones. So they're different enough, they were that at least at that time, they were something that was interesting. You had these vehicles that looked cool first, or, a rig, a car, the motorcycle, was a Trailblazer, a 4x4, a boat or something like. So you had these things that did other stuff. So they were really cool. So it wasn't just a standard thing, and it didn't transform all the way. It just transformed a little bit to become to become a weapon or an attack vehicle or whatever. So, and there was the mountain too. I think it was, right.
Boulder Mountain, the place that was like a gas station that transformed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Didn't have it, but I thought that was cool.
I was fortunate enough to get that as a kid. I did have it as a kid. Man, I wish I still had that. I'm very excited. Who is it that has the license now? I always want to say it's Jada, but it's not Jada Toys. It's
Ideal Subjects or something
Ideal
like that.
Subjects. That's right.
So
that's right.
I'm
excited.
They've done Turtles, and I forgot. I was on their website, and I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. This is the company that's at Walmart. That's in the Walmart aisles, right? That they do. So for a while, like it seems like they focused in on Ninja Turtles now, but for a while they had like Lord of the Rings, Kiss. God, they would just do like random stuff for like. It was almost like they were just going after any license they could. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do. For a while, it sounded like Super 7 was going to get the Mask license, and nobody knew what they were going to do with it. Were they going to do Ultimates? Were they going to do Reaction? Honestly, I would have just been happy with just the figures and the mask and do it in Reaction. I would have been happy with that, just because I don't have room for all these vehicles. But Ramen, I have the Ramen Toys Skyhawk Machina, whatever it's called. I forgot what that thing is called. It's not Thunderhawk, but I have that. I don't have the new one, the Shark or whatever, but I did see they were still planning to do Piranha. I hope that's still happening. Who knows? I don't know.
There's a market for it. I mean, I forget the price point on those things, but they look good. And I know I saw a video somebody was trying to explain, because somebody was complaining. I think the fins were breaking off or something, but it's like, no, you've got to do this in order to get the fins.
Oh, yeah. With the new, is the new one's called the Shark, right? The white car.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the one.
All right. Let's bring it back in. Let's bring the Love Fest back around. You guys are going to get a triple dose of goodness today. There he is.
There he is.
There he is. Are you back
What's up,
for the
Heinrich?
rest of the show, or are you still going to have to take off?
I'm good now. Heinrich,
Fantastic.
You look like you're getting ready to rob somebody. You look like you're...
He's all
we're rocking the
up.
Schmerber.
Look at this.
We're rocking the Schmerber, man. See, I got the Schmerber going here.
Mine's the same, but it's inside out. Let's dog.
All right,
here.
we're gonna do one more commercial, and then we're gonna move on. But I saw this and I was like, ooh, I gotta throw this in there. So we're...
Hey, karate comes from heart. Hey, Josie, time to settle score. Quick, Daniel-san, outside. Santo.
It takes karate smarts to survive Attack Alley, where the enemy can break down doors or fall through them, so you're never on steady ground.
Score settled. Good guys, but again.
Attack Alley and Training Center comes with everything here. Tri-action figures sold separately from Remco.
Look at that.
I've never seen that.
This is dope.
Never seen that before.
Man, you can punch through walls. He's got a ball on a string.
Miyagi's badass, man.
Playsets, man. Those playsets are awesome.
I never had that. I didn't even know this existed.
I didn't either.
But
it's
yeah,
cool, though.
dude, this is incredible. I wish I had one of these today. I'd play.
Look at that detail.
Yeah, man. I love it. Is anybody
It's no Trevor Williams photography, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I know, right? Speaking of Trevor, everybody, speaking of Trevor Williams, who I notice is not in the chat today, that's because we have not, you guys are not smashing that like button. You got to smash that like button to make Trevor appear. That's the only way that works. That's the only way. Oh, Brian, thank you guys. Man, come on. You guys are $5 super chat from Brian Carr. In 7th grade, a friend asked if I wanted his sectars and mask because he was into girls now, walking away with this stuff. I said, you could be into both.
Absolutely. You're a wise man, Brian.
Curtis, I know that you're still currently naked, so let's not wax on or wax off, sir. But thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Brian.
We're gonna go buy Greg a cup of coffee with that.
Mythic's t-shirt is what I need.
I keep going into my local Walmarts and I really want to buy those sectars, but they're still full price. And I really want to buy the RoboForce, but they're still full price. And I really want to buy the Biker Mice from Mars, but they're still full price. So
really,
go on clearance.
I think they're clearance everywhere else.
My area. As a matter of fact, my area just got all of the 3 bikes for the Biker Mice. Now, Biker Mice were past my time because I kind of feel like Biker Mice, I think they kind of came out like right after Ninja Turtles. It feels like they tried to capitalize on that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vibe by the Biker Mice from Mars. Like, I feel like, and that was just as I was like aging out of toys going into high school. Like, it was early 90s. And so Biker Mice were kind of a little past my time. But when I see those toys, when I see the Biker Mice toys, it feels 80s to me. But I know it's not 80s. It's early 90s. But man, like, it is... I really want them. At least the one that's like gray and kind of robotic. I forgot what his name. It's not Throttle or Vinny. Is it Mondo? Is that his name?
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah,
I never watched. They look cool.
I never got into them either. They were after me. I mean, I was full on at that time. You know, Marvel and DC Comics, and I knew about the Turtles later on, and in early college there was the movie, and I worked at a movie theater when the movie came out.
Oh, nice! I ditched school just to go to that movie.
We did back in I was working concession stand, and we did $15,000 from like 11 till like 4 o'clock in 1990 cash. I mean, it was all cash.
That's like $6 million in today's money.
The amount of kids and the parents that came in. That movie made so much money, and they did so much. You know, I'm sure with all the stuff at Toys R Us that was
out. It was good.
Yeah, it was actually entertaining. Like we went and watched it. Like, you know, the pre-opening night, we could go in and they, you know, everybody get the chance to see it at like 11 o'clock the night before it opened, and it was surprisingly good. Jim Henson Studios did the puppeteering and all the stuff like that and movement. It was crazy. I mean, that went on for, you know, months.
I bet.
Yeah, I want to say that prior to Phantom Menace coming out, I think Ninja Turtles was the only movie that I saw multiple times in the theater. I think my parents took me to see that movie like 3 times in the theater.
Wow.
But yeah, when Phantom Menace came out, I saw it 16 times in the theater.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I can't say that I paid for it 16 times.
Can you explain the whole Trade Federation then? Because I still don't understand what was going on.
Yeah, it had something to do with tariffs. I don't know.
Queen Amidala herself.
I saw Phantom Menace 3 times. I paid for one. One was the movie was the promotion where you saw it like the week before it came out. People had to pay $500 to go see it as charity fundraisers for Lucasfilm. I didn't pay for it. I worked for an ad agency, and we provided the food for the party, and so the nice people provided me with 2 tickets. So my buddy and I went.
Nice.
So we went, picked up the food, dropped off the food for Subway, and then we went in. And then
that's really cool that you worked at an ad agency during that time. I did too. I had interned when that movie come out and had just graduated college, and I too was working at an ad agency. and there was a movie theater about 3 minutes away from the ad agency that I worked and that I worked at. I did have a girlfriend at the time, but I had no major responsibilities. So I just literally would go to work and then blow my money. That's literally all I did at that time. I was young and stupid. And yeah, I literally would go to work. I'd get off. I'd go watch the movie. I did that. I mean, for almost a month. Like, it was crazy. Like, yeah, I watched it so many freaking times in the theater.
I still love that movie.
I do too. It's very nostalgic for me. Let's see. When TMNT hit the $1 theater near my house, I went with a buddy and we watched it 5 times in one night.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
could take
All right.
this like
So,
again?
all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into our pickups. So let's get into it. And Heinrich, since you're joining us, if you've got pickups and you want to share them, feel free. If you need to get up and go run and grab anything, or if you have something close by.
I've got something close by. It's not a true, I would call, pickup. It arrived in the mail.
Hey, most of our pickups do.
Yeah.
Max Bird, Dark Templar.
It's
Beautiful.
And
this stuff is incredible.
I'm absolutely floored with it. Easy to put on. Looks great. I've got to adjust it. I've got just the wired cape. You've got the distressed look on it, and the helmet too. I was like, you couldn't really see a good one on from their website, but it looks
Max Bird
fantastic.
does some great stuff.
Nice. I didn't know they had like the hard pieces, like the
and the swords too. It's
okay.
It's $29 for the set.
I've ordered only one thing from Max Bird, and it was the Red Templar set, and I really only ordered it for my my custom of Altair from the very first Assassin's Creed game. So there was like a lot of the stuff I didn't use, but I really needed the white cloak with the hood, and it was very well made. I mean, I wouldn't say it's C. Jessam quality. My piece was a much older piece that was getting ready to retire. Yours clearly looks like a newer, like, I don't know what their new stuff is, but I think, yeah, it's high quality stuff for sure.
It's off the charts. I mean, it's been a little while since, but it's good. I've got one more I'll show you later, but when it's my turn again.
Sure. Greg, what's your you got any pickups?
Yeah, I've got a few. I was gonna say, I think Max Bird has a store on Amazon, so you can go on to was it Max Forge, something like that.
I just always order directly from the website. Forge Night is the
and it still comes from. Is it still coming from overseas?
Yeah,
China, Hong Kong,
I think so.
Like that.
Yes.
All
and
right,
it came
so,
in it came in a nice little clamshell. When you guys go, I'll go grab it and show you. It's really nice.
Is the Postal Service still paused on that for
the
time being?
It literally was like 12 hours.
Okay. All right.
It was 12 hours. Mine was already in country. They shipped it to I'm assuming somebody here in Los Angeles, because that's where the postal mark came from. So they, hopefully everybody's figuring out what they need to do or get it over here. So
it's one of the things that I'm so fortunate. I'm so lucky, and Greg and I both in our chat group that we have, our Legions chat that we keep, our little private chat on our phones, that you and both Terrence have such a rich history, so much experience in shipping and all of that kind of stuff, and Rob too, because I know he works in shipping and mailing, to be able to like inform us of these things, because we see these things and we're like, what? We're not getting packages, and then you guys are like, well, that's just the Postal Service. There's other stuff that's going to be, So yeah, it's good to have that as a resource.
Absolutely.
So you guys can keep us straight with the straight info. I got something from Steve this week. I got a package in the mail from Steve Mank over at Articulated Times. He is going to convert me. My goodness. He sent me some Action Force. I believe this is their new wave. He sent me quite a bit, so we're going to be getting into some of these reviews coming soon. I don't collect Action Force. I am not a Valaverse collector, but he sent me this guy, Sidewinder.
Nice.
So I don't know this guy, but he looks really cool.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
got
it's a
some
good looking
really
figure.
nice stuff. So I'm digging that. Let me turn Heinrich off here while he's stepped out. And then he also sent me this guy, which looks really cool too. Senshi.
Okay.
So
That's a nice
this
one.
guy's really cool. Another really cool guy right here to check out. And then this one actually seems to be my favorite. I actually really dig the way she looks. What is her name? Pandora.
Oh, yeah.
So he sent me Pandora. And I kind of dig like
Nice.
that crazy, like, yeah, man. She looks pretty dope. So we're going to be, I'm going to be reviewing these. And
Steve is a great dude.
yeah, Steve is fantastic. So yeah, thank you, Steve, for sending me those. And as always, guys, head over to articulatedempire.com and build your empire today. Start getting your figures from there. Those guys, Steve is great. Excellent shipping and packaging is incredible. He ships out quick. I think there's no tax unless you live in Illinois, if I remember correctly. Free shipping over $75. Dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Trevor McGuire says Forge Night.
Forge Night. Thank you, Trevor.
Yeah, and then Curtis says Steve is a great dude. He is. Steve is really good.
I met him in person at Legions Con. He and I had transacted some business before that, and he's great. Mark, I'm sorry, I had to dip out for a second. Which one did you show?
Oh, the ones he sent me were Sidewinder.
Okay.
I think these are all from like the newest wave, and then Senshi.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he's really cool. And then Pandora.
Okay.
Version. And isn't there like a bloody variant version? I think I've seen
right.
Her.
It's a white bloody variant version. My friend Mike, who's in the chat from Junkion, he's got that one. I got this
cool.
in white.
Sweet.
I got both versions. There's white and the black.
They're
both
nice. All right. Versions. Well, we'll bounce it back to Greg. What you got, buddy?
I went to a toy show last weekend and I picked up a retro card. Boba Fett.
Yeah, I've got that.
That's a good one.
It's like exactly, dude, like the original, which was just such a fun figure back in the day. So
I have him and when they would do like the prototype versions that were different colors. It's still in the package. I'm like, well, I'm not going to play with these, so let's just leave them on card. They look
those retro figures are they're almost exactly the same, I think, but they're fun. I've got probably about 15 of them, and
they've updated
cool.
some of them. Like I remember they updated Han so he could hold his pistol.
Yep,
because he could never hold his pistol as a kid. Like it just wasn't happening.
No. Boba Fett was Christmas '79. My parents gave it to us, and I still have my original.
Nice.
Yeah, no tax unless you're an Illinois resident or using Shop Pay. They now charge tax as of 1/1/25. Thanks for letting us know. Steve in the chat.
You're up,
in knowledge.
All right,
Heinrich, you went and grabbed some stuff. What you got?
Yeah, I got a couple things. So since you're talking Action Force, I did the mystery box that came out. I'm not bringing everything out.
I saw this pick. This is incredible.
The mystery box was a really good deal if you don't have a lot of stuff. So that's something that and I picked up this, and this figure was in there, and I liked it a lot. It is the translucent swarm.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And
I love these swarm guys, man. They're a really cool design.
They did a great job. The translucent is fantastic because it goes from translucent to dark all over the entire figure. I actually ended up trading with my buddy Steve here, who I've gotten into Mythic Legions. He got a mystery box, and I traded him the breast cancer awareness figure and two weapons packs for another swarm figure because I was like, nice. I like them having another one. So very well done. No smell to it like the Hagnons or the one cosmic one that I had to get rid of. Got got a translucent base, but moves perfectly. Like as soon as you get it out of the box, no problems, no issues. Pop-On's got a couple different heads and weapons and stuff like that. So I'm very, very impressed with this figure and the quality.
They're great figures. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, if you like classified, then they're worth picking up.
All right. Heinrich, we're gonna need some backstory here. Curtis says, I met Heinrich at LC, but I probably made a terrible first impression. I sat across from him in the lobby after we closed down the vendor room. I was exhausted. I think I dozed off mid-conversation.
He was tired. It wasn't first impression; it was last impression, Curtis. First impression was a big bear hug.
Oh, nice.
Because I was like 5 minutes after I was down in the thing. So, but no, we were talking with Curtis and his wife Darla. My wife and I, Anna, were talking. Then we ended up talking to you guys later on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Ackermans are great people for
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah. Man, talking about dozing off mid conversation and advertising, I do have a story about that. I went into an ad agency for a job interview. Not a job interview. No. I take that back. I was already hired. I'd already gotten the job. It was for orientation. And it was me and another girl who was hired as like an accountant, like assistant, an accountant. I don't know what she did. So the president of the ad agency, like the big guy, was in the room, and it was just the three of us. We were sitting down in his office, 3 chairs right next to one another. And I had been super sick. This was a Monday. I'd been sick over the weekend with the like flu or a cold or something, and I couldn't miss this meeting. Had to be there. So I popped a whole bunch of like cold medicine, and I went in, and I think it was the nighttime version because like dude was just talking, and I have never in my life been able to like stay awake like I was at that moment. It was like I was fighting for my life to stay awake. It was just everything. It was just like every few seconds, I just felt my head dipping, and he called me on it. He was like, "Do you need to like get up and go walk around, take some water, like get some water?" I was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "I had a bunch of cold medicine. I just can't. It's not my fault." And I literally was just like, he was just talking, and I was just like, worst first impression ever.
Oh,
yeah.
I did that in orientation too. It was one of my first jobs for a big warehouse, and they had hired a bunch of us as temps. And I think there was about 30 of us in a circle. And I had stayed up I had met a new girlfriend, and we had stayed up too late, yada, yada, yada. And I was right at the front of sitting in a chair at orientation. I was like dozing. Next thing I know, the guy that was leading the manager was in my face. And he's like, "Hey, bud, you might want to be awake for this. This is pretty important information." And I was like, "Oh, shit, I'm so sorry." I fell asleep right in front of everybody. I didn't work there very
long. I have picked up some Marvel Legends recently. I'm not going down the Marvel Legends rabbit hole. I love Spider-Man and I love Wolverine, and so they're the ones making Spider-Man and Wolverine. So this past week, I wanted something fun to pose and play around with. So I picked up the retro carded Spider-Boy. Yeah, I know that figure still. This character I knew nothing about. I've since learned quite a bit about this guy. I already opened him up. He's already like cut off the card. Like I already opened this guy up and been playing around. Took a whole bunch of pictures. He's so fun to pose. He apparently does not shoot webs at all. Like apparently at some point somebody give him a gun that shoots webs. What he does is the way he gets around the city is he jumps. So he's like a jumping spider. So he jumps and leaps from wall to wall. He doesn't swing on webs at all. And then he actually has a head with teeth, because he has these teeth that will come out and he can bite and then paralyze you for a while, which is kind of cool. But even though he doesn't swing, look, they give him web shooters, which makes no sense because he doesn't shoot webs. They didn't give him wall crawling hands. So me and a friend of mine have been like arguing about this all week. We've been so irritated. It's like, why did they do this? And we were like overthinking it, thinking, do kids who maybe not know who this character is, or parents who don't know who this character is, just see Spider-Man and they get it?
I could see that.
Or whatever. And they're like, well, it's got to come with web shooters. Why wouldn't it? It's a Spider-Man character. But yeah, he doesn't shoot webs. So I don't.
Could be Hasbro executives not really researching the character.
But
not like that has
the Marvel team kind of knows what they're doing. It's like the Marvel team seems dialed in. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I was reading.
I picked that up. Oh, what is? Okay, yeah, let's catch up on that. Brian says a while back I had a meeting with a brand new intern from a local college and was showing her the computer system 2 minutes and she was dead asleep and snoring.
I find you quite engaging, Brian.
I know.
It wasn't you, man.
It wasn't you. I picked this up last night because I had been wanting it for a while and I had a $5 off coupon. So I picked this up last night. Again, another character I know nothing about, but I love Wolverine, and I want to pose this guy around. And this is the Weapon of Vengeance from the new Strange Tales line.
Good looking
which
figure.
I really love the colors on this logo. But I assumed that this was the Ghost Rider had taken over Wolverine at some point, and this is what happened, but apparently not. Apparently Wolverine and Ghost Rider go on a mission, and they're captured. Wolverine is put back into a tank, and he is filled with Hellfire serum, which I don't know what that is. And then he's also then possessed by a demon, and not the Spirit of Vengeance. And so that's why he ends up looking like this. But it's also brown suit. And I thought, man, dude, even if I just pop that head off and put that
head
on the
is
Rider,
awesome. Yeah.
So
those blades, very cool.
I try not to ever buy Marvel Legends from Books A Million because I want to show you. Look at that price right there. Are they out of their minds? But I had a $5 off coupon. Actually, I had a $10 off $50. So I bought that, and then I saw this, and I don't own her, but she was $15, and I was like, dude, that's a good price for Ayla Secura.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to, so I was like, I was gonna get $5 off, but ended up finding her $10 off 50.
There you
like,
go.
Okay, so now in my mind, I'm like, that Wolverine was $20 in my mind. That's how I'm.
There you go. Yeah,
that
works.
That Strange Tales wave was pretty good. I got the Dracula. I got the Bloodstorm, the Moon Knight, and I didn't get Hellstrom or the Voodoo, but Lilith I got because Nordzoic had a special deal. Like you could get a couple of them without the Build-A-Figure, and it was $10 off. So. But yeah, no.
I don't think Wolverine even comes with a Build-A-Figure part.
No,
he doesn't.
No.
Yeah, the funny thing is I had a friend of mine this week. One of my best friends lives out in California, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I totally forgot that I ordered 2 of the Dracula like from this wave," and he's like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you want for it?" And he's like, "Just pay for shipping." And I'm like, "Sweet,
cool.
Send that thing to me." Because the Dracula looks okay, and I thought, well, I'll just throw him in with my Monster Force. Like I've got a cloth wired cape coming for him. I'm gonna do some mods and kind of like more Dracula him up. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, let's keep going. You don't have to justify to us. Yeah, I know, but. Yeah, cool, awesome. All right, does anybody have anything else? Like whatever.
Yeah, I got a couple more things.
Yeah, and I got a couple things to go.
Yeah, Heinrich. Who's next?
Me.
Oh, look at that!
Picked this up at the same toy show from a different seller. I love it because it's got the colors of the Kenner, like the big 12-inch figure that I had as a kid. I love the red and the yellow. That was just kind of how I thought Boba Fett was. I didn't realize that he had different colors in the movie. Amazing. But I love it. I think it's cool. That red and yellow.
I got that one during COVID. I paid a little too much for it, but I still wanted it. So
I paid $25 for it last weekend. So I'm like, that's okay.
Oh, I would have paid $25. I paid a lot more than that for the version I got.
Yeah. I think
that's
awesome. was probably shelf price when that thing came out.
Two more pickups. So whoever's next, go for it.
Heinrich, yeah.
So I just wanted to show you guys. So this was the little container that Matchburg ships. So, I mean, this is great because you can reuse it for storage and all that. This was the. Oops. Oh, that's not the one. Oh no, I don't have the outfit. So that was the container. Sorry, this was the other
get that
outfit.
Reference.
Yeah. Again, they got nice bags and stuff like that too.
They do.
So this is going to be for the.
Camera's out.
He must have bumped a USB cord.
I did. Sorry, there we go. This is going to be for the skeleton outfit for the skeleton.
Oh, nice.
There needs to be more ragged capes. Yeah. I love ragged capes.
And then nice little belt for the skelly.
Curtis, nice. I'm looking at you and your wife. Tell Darla ragged capes. That's the way.
I still think about the looks on all the faces in the room.
Did you read his? Did you read his comment where he fell asleep and he woke himself up with a giant fart? Dude, I would have died. I would have got up and left. I'd have been like, I'm out.
Not a giant lecture hall, but like a room.
I'm out.
That's amazing.
That's the worst.
And the last thing that came out, this was actually part of a freebie for the pre-order. So it is a warrior. It's supposed to be for the Zesre female warriors. So it's supposed to be an outfit, and there wasn't a belt. You can get a belt and tie it down, but it's got wired on the edges and it's got gold on the edges.
It looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, and this is and it comes with a little skirt, so she's got a little battle skirt you can put on, and so you can adjust it and all that. If you look on the website, you can actually buy it, but it's like a little bit got more detail. But this was just a freebie they threw in for the pre-order, so it works on Power Princess very well. I'm sure it'll fit on plenty of Mythic Legions.
Up after this show.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's Jesus.
Speaking of clothes on skeletons, I threw my Kai Labs.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
I threw this on my Bill Bones Broken Shield, and this thing is absolutely incredible. You do have to thread the string through these little holes, but that's actually not very difficult because what they give you like a little threader that allows you to like poke through the little hole, it's like a needle threader. Dude. And it makes it super easy. And then this piece here just literally just hangs around the neck. You just pop the neck off. I'm probably going to move it over to a knight, but it just looks so dope on him. Like if you want to throw this on King Conan from Mezco, which is how they designed it, it totally works. But I love it on Mythics. It's so good. I missed out on their second drop. I wish I hadn't, because they had a different version of it. I wish I could have nailed it, but yeah.
I just ordered a couple of soft good parts or pieces for from Joseph Connors. Check him out. He's got some good soft goods for your knights.
Oh, and also before I forget, my buddy Keon Farley on the
Keon.
He just posted last night some capes, including one with it's a brown cape with a collar that looks really,
it's like
really nice.
Kind of a Dracula collar kind of thing. Looks good.
He's got a black
and red one.
Yeah, he's got a black and red one. He's got a couple different ones, but take a look at it. He's got a couple ready to go, so it's not even you don't have to wait. But he's a master, man. He's got it all going on there. So he and I've been chatting. So he's throwing some ideas.
Do you have that what you just showed, like the mascara style, like that white cloak and blue? Was that on like a McFarlane Wonder Woman?
No, this is Power Princess from Marvel Legends.
Oh, got you.
This was one of my top. This was one of my top 10 figures for last year because she's tall, she's big, she's beautiful. This is the best looking. Todd McFarlane has never made a Wonder Woman figure.
I like my lady.
Good. You just can't. I mean, this is Mythic level quality as far as I'm concerned. I mean, she's perfect.
Yeah, that's Marvel's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it was done Squadron Supreme back in the day when they were doing their Marvel's Justice League. So Squadron Supreme was the Justice League from back in the early Avengers days. Hyperion was Superman. She was obviously Wonder Woman. There was Power Ring or Power whatever his name was Green Lantern. Wizard was Flash. So they've been around since the early, I think it was like issue 60s or 70s of the Avengers.
Oh wow, very cool. I was trying to make a tie to McFarlane's Wonder Woman because I did get her in. This is the newest version.
Oh, okay.
I do have the
head
earlier versions,
good.
But he finally got the head right. The paint is spot on. Finally, and then the color of the suit is just perfect.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's dynamite.
I thought we were done with Zack Snyder's Justice League, but we are not.
You know Todd, man. He will milk it for as long as he can.
Yeah, did you guys see yesterday? I think it was Toy Shiz had the exclusive reveal from MegaCon from McFarlane Toys of the new. It's Batman Begins, so it's like the Batman Begins, Batman, and then there is a Platinum Chase that is the Scarecrow version of Batman, where he's all black and has like the stuff coming out.
I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't seen that.
And then it looks like McFarlane is starting a red Platinum Chase, which now makes, since the chases are already chases, so this makes the chase like there's a chase instead of just platinum. It's a red Platinum sticker, of course. And it is Scarecrow, so it's like the suit with the Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the red platinum chases are going to be. I would imagine they're probably going to end up being a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. Like you can only get those from him. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, I have a couple more McFarlanes to share, but I'll get around to those.
Up next, I've got.
Ooh.
This is the brown one. I ordered the blue one. Mark sent me a link to the one that you got. It's kind of lost in the shuffle of what's going on with the mail. So, and I can't figure out how to get updates. They keep sending me updates, but it's like a weird, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. So
I remember when I was trying to track that as well. Like once it got to America, I almost got no more updates. Like it said it cleared the port or customs, and then I don't think I got any more updates from wherever it shipped from until it just arrived at my house. Like it just showed up, and I was like, "Oh, there it is. There we go."
That figures.
Okay, so let's do this because Heinrich, you have the brown one, right?
Coming. It's Monday.
You got the brown one coming. Rob has the brown one. I think we all talked about probably doing like a massive review for this figure. Why don't we wait until Greg gets the blue one, since I have the blue one, and so 2 of us will do blue, 2 of us will do brown. Let's do that.
Sure.
Cool.
And then we'll do like a big review all together. That'd be pretty incredible.
Cool.
Right,
I also ordered it coming the Kingdom Come Superman. I don't know if you guys saw it. So
yeah.
That's an officially licensed one too.
They also did Captain Marvel, right? At the same time, Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Who's doing those? Is it the same company or somebody else?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
It's not Love Toys.
No, it's
5K.
But they're on. It's on 5K. Yeah,
Okay.
it's on 5K. So,
oh, dudes! Speaking of 5K, this morning I got up and I had an email from 5K. I totally forgot about this. This is what happens when I order stuff from 5K. It's like a year later, like I get the email, "Hey, your thing's here. We're getting ready to ship." There's a company that is making highly articulated soft goods with rooted hair Lord of the Rings figures.
Ooh.
And this guy is called the Grey Wizard and Hellcat. Of course, it's unlicensed. And so it's of course Gandalf, but there was version A had sculpted hair and beard, and then version B had sculpted hair and beard, and then another head that was rooted hair and beard with more accessories, and then Hellcat was version C, which was the actual Balrog. So they're 1/12 scale, and then the Balrog is massive. And I just have to pay my remaining balance, and then that'll be shipping. They said it just arrived at our U.S. warehouses and it's ready to ship. So
Nice.
Cool.
that'll be coming soon. So I can't remember the name of the company. I don't know, but they're still up on 5K. So if you just go to 5K Toys and search for Grey Wizard and
I saw a
Hellcat,
picture of him once. It looked good. Looks really good.
Steve says in the chat he thinks it's Kong Studios.
Oh, okay. The Lord of the Rings stuff, Steve? Let us know. Yeah.
I got one more pickup after you.
And I'm done with mine, so.
Oh, okay. Is it me? Okay. So I kind of teased this last week, but I did happen to catch it in on Big Bad Toy Store. So I went ahead and snagged it. I just have to find the good guy version. But this is the drunk Superman. Look at all these hands. Look at that. That's like $18,000 worth of hands if this guy was on McFarlane's Kickstarter. You know? Because for his medieval spawn, if you guys don't remember, it'd be like, hey, for the next $18,000, if we make that, we're going to give you an axe.
Did that figure come out yet?
I don't think it's shipped yet. No.
Okay.
No, it has not shipped yet. Greg, you got something else?
Yes.
I got one more after you, and then I'll be done.
Very excited about this. I'm not a big test shot person. I've got a few of just my favorite Mythic characters, and this is one of my favorites. I just got it courtesy of Tom Clayton. I got the female barbarian warrior.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
don't own any test shots. I would literally take whatever somebody like whatever. I would take it. Like,
They're so goddamn expensive, dude. I mean, Tom gave me a good deal, but man, they're stupid. So yeah, this is like half a Hot Toys. Yeah, but they're amazing.
Yep,
that's an expensive rabbit hole.
Ooh, Blake Recon Rage says yes. One of the spawns has shipped.
Nice.
Yeah, his first one shipped, but I don't think Medieval Spawn has shipped yet. Has it? The newest one? I don't know. I didn't back it. It was too expensive. It was over $100 for that figure.
I went on
with shipping.
I went on 5K. It's for the Kingdom Come Superman and for the Shazam. It says licensed Pop Mart X Gong GONG Studio.
Okay. So yeah, Steve was close. Kong Studios, Gong Studios.
Yeah. So
Same thing.
But it looks good. It's cloth. It's a cloth. It looks like it's a cloth outfit over his.
They look fantastic.
body.
They're gorgeous looking figures for sure.
So
I take all the Superman.
Yeah. So speaking of Superman and McFarlane, my last pickup is the big Doomsday and Superman 2-pack
Nice.
with the spear over here, which is really cool because I have the armored Batman. But I'll probably have him.
Is that a cloth cape?
Is it a cloth cape? Yes, it does appear to be a cloth cape, and the suit's a little more metallic. So I think it's the same sculpt, same head. But man, look at that Doomsday.
He's huge.
I can't wait to get this guy up. Yeah, he's massive. I'm going to open him and play with him today. I probably won't do a review on this, but yeah. But yeah, that's it. All right, so let's see here. Let's get into before we get into our next segment, because I feel like we've been going for an hour. We've got 14 people. We got 14 people here. We need to talk about something real quick that's going to affect the show, and you guys are going to help us make this decision. So what's going on is the reason Greg had to step out a minute ago is Greg's soon-to-be father-in-law has like a medical appointment to keep every Saturday. And typically they come and pick him up around 10:30, 10:45. This is going to be the norm for the foreseeable future. And so I refuse to do this show without Greg. I created it with Greg. It is us together. Greg's the one that picked the name. I won't do it without him. It's not going to happen. So he was like, I could bow out and you could get somebody else. And I'm like, not a chance. It's not happening.
Thank you, buddy.
So we are faced with the dilemma. Do we move it to 9 a.m. or do we move it to 11? And so I don't know. There's pros and cons either way. For our buddies who tune in on the West Coast, 9 is just making them get up even earlier. But I don't know how everybody feels about it. So I'm going to create a poll. And I'm going to drop the poll in the chat. You don't have to log in. You don't have to sign in with Google or Facebook or any of that kind of stuff. Hopefully you can just click the poll.
Yep. You just tap the link and it shows right up.
Pick 9, pick 11. Let us know what you think. And then at the end of the show, we'll reveal the results. And we'll see. There he is. Somebody must have smashed the like button.
Hey, there's
good morning,
Trevor.
Blake says yes, 11 a.m. please. Trevor, since you just popped in, I was just saying that Greg has has to get somebody ready for a medical appointment every day every Saturday between 10 and 10:30 and 10:40, and so we're talking about changing the time of the show from 9 to 11. I just dropped a link to the poll in the chat. It's right there. If you'll just click that link, everybody just jump over and click 9, click 11, and we'll see. Yeah, I know, Rob. I know. It's like for Rob, it's like 2:30 in the morning. I don't know how time works. So
I picked 11. I picked 11 for all the people on the West Coast. So I'm cool with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it'd be great. It's Saturday morning, not Saturday midday. I still feel that we're coming in on Saturday morning because it's not midday until noon. 1 second.
Well, I think the problem is that Curtis already has his shower by 11, so we would miss shower time with Curtis, which is also very important. Shower time with Curtis in the morning is important. So you guys put your votes in.
Put your votes in, and then whatever you guys vote, that's what we'll do. I can see it both ways. Before noon is still morning, but at 11, McDonald's is not serving breakfast anymore. So,
but you could pick up your breakfast. Saying the same thing with Chick-fil-A. You could pick up your breakfast and then jump on.
That's true too. That is true.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we had to get that out of the way. So let's get back to it. We're going to get back to design. Hey, so Heinrich, if you have a Mythic Legions to open, grab it and you can open along with us. But we're about to do our unboxings, triple unboxings today.
Oh, yeah, I do. Let me go grab one.
Yeah, go grab one.
Which
I'm going to be unboxing the Armory Knight, the evil black Armory Knight.
Okay, I'll grab the.
Greg, what are you opening up over there?
I got the red leather.
Red leather.
A good one.
All right. Did you bring an extra head to pop and swap?
I did.
Oh, I did too. I brought one. I stole my idea from
soft goods.
I saw somebody do it, and I was like, "That looks amazing," and I'm gonna do it.
Thank you, Brian. I love you, man.
All right, let's get back to it.
For the early birds, we do have New to Mythic Live tomorrow morning. Every other Sunday, it is at 9 a.m. Unless you're Michael Douglas.
I love all
So
this chat.
tune in tomorrow morning, early birds.
And I want to thank
rousing
Trevor for shouting us out on Legion's Lounge this week. Him and Bill and Nate were talking about their top Mythic Legions coming off of Bill's video, which was the top 5, to go and buy if you're new to Mythics. And then, Greg, you and I did our little show last week where it was the ones that were in stock. And Trevor mentioned us in that video. He's like, I think Mark and Greg, the Saturday morning guys, did theirs on their show. And it was really nice to get a shout out. So thank you, buddy.
Curtis mentioned us also last night on Offworld.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Absolutely.
Curtis, there is a spot for you, buddy. For sure.
I'm not going to go through the weapons. We all know what's coming with these Armory Knights. We all know.
Thank you, Grumps.
We all know what's up with the Armory Knights, so I'm not going through all of
the only
equipment.
complaint that I have on these guys, and I hate to be a negative guy, but I just don't like these brown boots with these. I don't know. For some reason, it just looks funky to me. I don't know what else I would put there, but
red boots.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe black. I don't know. Maybe the armored feet. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? You guys think the brown feet are cool or no? I mean, it ties in with the rest of the suit, but they just look kind of like Skechers to me, kind of, or some Doc Martens. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Those
something
brown
different.
boots are really nice to have, though, for customizing. They work out so great on like so many figures. So I'm glad to have them, but yeah, sometimes they just don't work. But I could see what they were going for. I mean, that's an easy, that way you're not screwing up what figure gets the boots. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the weapons and everything. We know what these guys come with at this point. They all come with the same stuff. I almost get tired of doing it when I do another review. I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, you guys have seen these weapons 20 times already.
Yeah,
but I am going to get my guy ready.
Agreeing so far. J-Max says that they look like penny loafers. Chris says Sunday shoes. Grump says they look like dress shoes. I agree, guys. I don't know what
Sunday
you would
shoes.
Put there,
that's exactly what they are.
They just look kind of like, I don't know. They just don't say adventure to me. But, maybe it's just the brown
colors back then, dude.
Maybe the black would look better. Maybe I'll switch these out with some black ones.
Like kind of loafers. Back in the day, like penny loafers, except without the penny.
Yeah,
I'm looking for like
what
the
J-Mac
zipper.
Said. They're like penny loafers.
J-Mac and I, we're like this sometimes.
That's right.
They're slip-on Skechers with the sole inserts because these Knights, man.
Alternate gas bar head, which I favor. Cool. I prefer the human one.
That was another thing we were going to do today. Is that I was like, let's bring since they're going to be the Armory Knights. I said, why don't you bring like one extra head to pop on, just to like jazz it up. Like, what would be an extra head? And I saw the head I chose. I saw somebody in the Cabal do this week, and I thought it was so dope. I saved it. I saved the image. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see somebody do like a custom, or or even a pop and swap or whatever, like if I really love it, I save it to my phone, and I have a little folder of Mythic ideas. And then whenever I get bored, I'll just pull my Mythics out, and I'm like, I'll just go through my photos and be like, okay, I'm gonna build this one today. Ooh, look at that cape.
It's kind of like an old man Dubon kind of.
Dude, where'd that cape come from? What is that?
So this cape was made by a young man, Josh Campbell. I don't think he's in the community anymore. He kind of used like kind of like the flex, like your shorts, the basketball shorts that have the flexy kind of stretchy. Yeah, he made me a green one, and he made me this reddish one, and I thought this kind of made me decide to open this night because I thought it would go good with the colors.
I like it.
It goes really well
with the Michael Xavier head.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the Black Evil Knight. Got him going on. Oh, you got the Ninian. Dude, lots of Ninians at MegaCon. Did you see that wall of Ninians?
I saw. I was half tempted to go. Crap. Can you guys bring me back a couple? But it's okay. We're going to Legions Con. I'm going to Maryland Toy Expo. I'm not gonna freak out about getting another one or not.
So did the Horsemen? They didn't bring any of their own stock to the MegaCon, right? They didn't have their own.
No,
their own table.
No. So what happens? It's a street team situation. So and like Len from Wolf King does it as well for Maryland Toy Expo. They work in conjunction with the studio. The studio sends them stock. Okay. And I don't know, wholesale, whatever it is, they split the money, whatever it is. I just know that Len was running the, and the guys at Wolf King. I forgot who was there from the studio. I'm going to blank out because I didn't know anybody from the studio's name back then. I know it wasn't Jeremy. I know it wasn't Eric. I know it wasn't Corn Boy there. So I think somebody else might have been George.
I think George is there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who was out there.
This time I think it was George
and Jeremy this time. So they're there hanging out, and then these guys are running the show. I don't know sometimes there's rules and regulations from back in my convention days of like, you got to get a tax ID. Sometimes you get just one for the weekend. But if you have somebody who's already got it, then they can set up and do it, and it's a lot easier. And I know they've done it for a couple of other conventions, with street teams. So it makes life a little bit easier too. Plus, they may want to keep.
They did get all of that product like straight from 4-H.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they had a crap ton of Ninians. Like
it was like they really did.
Look at this, man. Thank you, Curtis. Super chat $4.99.
Curtis,
thank you for making Saturday mornings my favorite part of my week again. You help me feel young and carefree, dude. That is what we are here to do. I have to do this several times during the week, or my mental health just will take a hit. Always doing screenshots of Joe Shooter's pop and swaps. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so here's the head that I brought because I saw somebody do this in the Cabal, and I was like, ooh, boy, that is badass. So if anybody knows who did this, shout out to them. But look at this. This is the Jacob Marley safe head.
Oh, yeah.
On the Black Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
That was
like this dude idea. Is chained up, ready to roll. Like the head's got you see how the head's got like some gold in it already with that band that goes around, and so you mix that with the band with the gold that's on the belts that come with this guy, and it's beautiful. So good. And like the dark gunmetal here of the helmet matches the pauldrons and the armor.
Yeah, I might need to do that.
I saw somebody do this, and I'm like, this is just a head swap. That's all it is, just a single head swap.
Mark, is that the one from the second Jacob Marley, the retailer appreciation, or?
It's the first. I don't have the second. I never bought the second Jacob Marley.
Because I have
this
guy
right here is scary. Like this guy, dude. I don't want to see this guy coming.
I agree with Chris. Super chat. Chris, always doing screenshots of Joe Suiter's pop and swaps. Joe Suiter in the community, he does some amazing pop and swap, and also great posing too. And he's a comic book artist, like our friend Mark.
Yes,
I want to ask the community their opinion. So I've got about 5 test shots, and heretofore I've had them in these plastic things from Hobby Lobby. Okay. But somebody had the idea of putting them in like the Armory things. So which do you guys in the chat, and which do you guys what do you guys think? Which looks better?
I kind of like the box with the armory box because I like the background with it. But if you wanted to use the Hobby Lobby box, you could always trim the Nate Birch artwork to fit in that box because that.
I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. I could also put this piece.
That's a good compromise between the two. But I'm gonna say, just me personally, I like them in the Mythic package. That looks pretty damn dope.
It gives them an extra little protection too,
Yeah.
And if that front Mythic Legions card fits, putting that in the front with that little silver spot,
I could make it fit.
And then,
I could
trim down Nate's card and put that in there.
Yeah.
Fire.
You know what you can also do, Schmerber, is you can take a little bit of like either museum putty or blue tack, put it on the back of the test shot. If you're going to keep it in the package so that the figure doesn't go back and forth all the time. Like,
I could probably do the twisties too, I guess.
Either way, but like the museum putty is great. Gorilla Glue makes them. It goes on and comes off, no residue, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And for packaging, you're just trying to keep it into the package, and you don't need you just take it, go like that, put it on the back, and then you put that figure and put it so it's attached to the plastic and it won't move. It keeps it from moving around.
And I know from Landspeeder Luke, who does a lot of Black Series customs on Instagram and YouTube. He's great. He recommends, instead of blue tack, they have something from overseas called black tack. Same stuff, just different color. But apparently they don't sell it in America. But he said you can find it on Amazon. It just takes a while to come in. It comes from overseas.
Yeah.
Same stuff, just black. And he was like, it's completely almost invisible, like when you use it for customs and stuff, because it's black. You can't really see it with stuff. But yeah, that blue tack kind of stands out sometimes, depending on how visible it is.
That's why I like the museum putty from, or the mounting putty from Gorilla Glue, because it's grayish. And I mean, that's what's hanging. That's what's holding these up.
Okay.
Yeah, you use it for your walls, and it's I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 corners up. You don't need a lot, and you find a bunch of uses for it. I've got it inside my custom heads to keep my heads on. So it's not perfect. It's not glue, but it does a nice job. I've gone through probably about 4 packs of it in the past 2 years.
Is it easy to come by here in America?
No, the Gorilla Glue. Yeah, hold on.
What a banger of a show, dude. We're 112. We haven't even got to our... Look at that.
He's got wire on the... I think he's got an Etsy shop. I think his shop is like JCC Capes, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Mounting putty. Perfect.
Yeah, mounting putty. Gorilla Glue. It's not permanent. They don't have to make everything permanent. But this, check Amazon, check your local hardware stores, craft stores. It comes in...
and then you just... That's a lot.
You just take a little bit and, sticks on, sticks off.
Perfect.
And you can, like, when you're doing heads, you need, like, depending on how deep the head is, you need, like, just a tiny little
dot. Just a dot will work, yeah.
But when you're doing like these, I've got all 4 corners, taken care of, and it's fine. Same thing, like this guy up here is the sign is the Noble Bear sign. I've got like 2 big blobs on there. So
sweet.
My friends at Gorilla Glue love me because when I started working at the Marine Corps Exchange, we carried 2 SKUs, and now we carry 40 SKUs.
Nice. Chris, I'm okay with the 13 likes. We got 14 people watching, so that means everybody except for one person hasn't liked. That's probably me. I probably didn't like my own.
We got some great people in the chat too.
Yeah, we got some wonderful, wonderful people. So I know we're going a long time today, but that is okay. That is totally fine with me. If we're making everybody's Saturday a little bit better. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into our double down because we've got quite a few little things to talk about. Always use those little breaks to get my coffee. Okay, so let's see here. Where's my screen? Here it is. We're going to be talking about the 4 Horsemen this week revealed their next wave of retailer appreciation wave of figures. And honestly, I thought we were going to get more than we ended up
Yeah,
with
me too.
This week. I thought we would get 2 more. I thought we would get a Ghost of Christmas Past recolor, and then I thought they would throw in like Fisher Rice or Lejay. I thought we would get somebody that we didn't know was coming. I thought we would get 5, but we got 3 this week, and they're really nice. So let's go ahead. And I kind of realize now why we probably didn't get the Ghost of Christmas Past recolor, and I think it's probably because, I mean, they always do a recolored Christmas. I mean, they have, like, the last ones they've done, like Krampus got a recolor, Father Christmas got a recolor, Jacob Marley got a recolor. I'm sure she's coming, but I got to thinking, when did they solicit Ghost of Christmas Past? That was in November, right?
Yeah.
And she shipped in
December, something like
December.
that.
Yeah, she shipped in December, and then because I literally, I think I got mine like I think I got mine Christmas Eve. I think I got mine like the day before Christmas, and then here we are this week. It's the first week of February, so I got to thinking, yeah, they probably thought, and we're like basically 1 month away from people getting their Ghost of Christmas Past. Probably shouldn't show them a recolored Ghost of Christmas Past, you know?
Right.
So after I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's probably why we didn't. But I'm just over at the 4 Horsemen Instagram page. Of course, we've got some beautiful photography from Trevor here. So the first one we have is the Anubis, completely recolored with this kind of like gunmetal grayish blue, all black skin, and then recolored accessories. I do love the recolored accessories. What do you guys think about this? What are your thoughts?
I like the skin tone change. I think it's kind of what people were expecting. It kind of goes with the Egyptian god kind of statues or artwork that you see.
I like the blue and gold on the armor and like all the bits, like their clothing and stuff. That looks.
I'd like
good.
to see both Anubises side by side. Do you have a thing of that?
I don't. I was actually looking for the one because I do know that they did one for Bastet, but I didn't see it in these photos.
Heinrich's got his there. I'm just wondering if there was a difference in anything else of Anubis. And I love that they changed Bastet's. Yeah, that's a sweet figure.
Yeah, you see how it's more warm. It's got the reds and the golds and the blues. It's more red oriented. Whereas, let me get back to it. Sorry. Yeah, you can see here.
Yeah, I love that Bastet.
Let me get back to Anubis. You can see it's more blues. Like there's no red. See, it's all like blues, like variations of blue, which I love. I think that looks beautiful, and I do like the black skin tone. That's
I
really
love that
cool.
red and Bastet. I think it's fantastic.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping for this color. You see how like the statue is like kind of made of this stone? Like I was kind of thinking like, what if they made them like stonework, like they were made of stone and they were more like statues? But
kind of like D13, some of his like marble statues.
Yeah.
Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the skin color a lot. I know a lot of people last year were there were a lot of people kind of going back and forth. They kind of wanted it on the darker black kind of blues like we're seeing here. I like this one last year because it led me to do a lot of customs. I've got, hold on. I should keep this up.
Oh, wait a minute. What do we have right here? What is Curtis saying?
Curtis says they're not done
with the retailer wave.
Yeah.
They're not done. We're going to get a couple more reveals sometime.
Possibly.
Ooh,
I hope so.
Stay tuned this week.
Maybe somebody's show's going to have it. But I like this. I like the skin tone last year for being able to do customs. Like you can do customs. This is a Mark Calvo head, by the way. Very talented, of course. He's got him on his website.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do like the black and blue that they're showing right now. I think that's going to be more for the.
Trevor says Badass Reviews has comparison on his channel, and then I wanted to get to this. Blake, thank you so much, dude. Super chat.
Thank you,
I
Blake.
wanted to say
Thank
thank
you,
you for
Blake.
this wonderful Saturday morning live show. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. Toys spark joys. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you,
Ooh,
Blake.
And then
Ooh, get that one on
thank
the
you
t-shirt.
so much. And then yeah,
Here's
there are more
Trevor.
to come. Oh, okay. All right.
Thank
All
you,
right. Well,
Trevor.
I'll keep my
And
mouth shut.
Curtis.
That's confirmed right there. Then I
That's
mean,
confirmed. God, we're talking to the cat that took the pictures. We
Yeah.
are confirmed.
All
All right, let's get back to it then. Let's jump to Bastet. Dude, I got to tell you, the first thing I thought of when I saw this was instantly, and it's the color. Instantly, I thought of Kaylee and Shun. I was like, I need one of these because I need to mix and match some of these parts in with Kaylee and Shun.
those
my
soft
favorite.
goods, yeah, those red soft
Yeah.
goods, that chest piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. I'll take 2 of these.
Yeah, like I'll take 14 right now.
Yeah,
Look
love
at
it.
that. Got her purse. She's ready to go to the store. Got her fan.
Yeah.
Musical instrument.
Yeah.
I love this. This is gorgeous.
I will say this, that these colors to me don't lend itself to having as many different variations like I did. I had about 6 sets of the original one with different heads, and I probably could have gone a few more. But now that we've got the other figures come out, that Arya, the dragon, whatever her name is, her skin tone is going to match this, so that works out for what I've got planned in the future with some stuff. But I do
You're
like
right. The
this
cream colored outfits do lend themselves to
Yeah.
just more of that
Yeah.
time period.
Yeah. So, but there's different colors. Like I was looking online, like the red, there's skin colors and there's colors that are used by the Egyptian gods. So Eric is doing, of course, extensive because he loves Egyptian mythology. He and I talked a little bit about it at Legion's Con. So I do like him kind of throwing in different colors and updating stuff here too. So I think it's going to look fantastic in hand. I'm sure Trevor will say it's beautiful in hand too. So I think it's going to look great. I just don't think, for me personally, that I'm going to be buying 6 sets. It'll probably be two and two, and then I'll be done.
That's
So,
reasonable.
Yeah.
Very reasonable. And then the next one we got, probably my favorite of the group, is the Frankenstein's monster. This is the color that, just me personally, I wish they would have come out of the gate with this greenish color, this sickly green color. I think it's gorgeous. Like, this is just so beautiful. I love that they didn't just give us the exact same accessories. They're all repainted, the books, the table. This is absolutely fantastic. Look at this.
That figure
So
by
good.
itself is just so good.
Yeah, so good. And then there was another one. I think they showed this on a separate image with the different head.
So that's a
little
new head
stand.
sculpt right there, right? New head sculpt, I
Um,
believe.
no,
I
I don't
thought
know.
they said they changed the head sculpts. Did they say there were new head sculpts?
Trevor, are they new
Or
head
is it the
sculpt?
same?
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought it was new for some reason. I thought they said in the description that they had changed the head sculpt to match.
Right.
The...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I that's all I
Oh, no.
that's it. Does it say it in the description there? It's a great figure though.
I'm trying to see it. I don't see anything mentioned by it.
Okay.
But,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
I
the
need
same.
to-
Okay.
Same head.
I don't know
the
why I
same.
thought it was
Thank you,
different.
Trevor.
Okay.
But right here at the bottom, it does say, stay tuned for more exciting reveals from Four Horsemen Studios 2025 Retailer Appreciation Wave. I never caught that. Sorry,
Do you
guys.
think that they gapped it because Jeremy is out of the office, or why do you think they gapped it from one week to
Probably
the other?
for Thursday and Friday for MegaCon? That makes a lot of sense. It
Yep.
does make a lot of sense to do that. Like, let's give Thursday was like the setup day, and then Friday was like, the first day of MegaCon. So probably, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, otherwise, I can't imagine why they would. Oh man, I didn't know.
Thanks,
yeah,
Trevor.
Rob says I didn't know about the new Frankenstein. Yeah,
One
same
thing I
head
did,
painted differently.
Yep. I did a little research because Mary Shelley described, Frankenstein as in the original that, came out here, that, that Eric and the folks, Sherry and Cameron, I'm not sure who painted it, but so this is authentic to the book and how she describes him. The green was done because in the 19th century, they did stage adaptations, and they did it so they helped the actors. It would help that actor stand out from the others. And then when they did the 1931 adaptation, the makeup artist did Boris Karloff in kind of a grayish green, which is I think what we're kind of seeing there. Because if you look at that color there, it doesn't look like Munster green, or translucent green. So it's kind of that grayish green a little bit. So and that's cool too. Many years ago, when I was working for anotheruniverse.com, we sold the Sideshow 12-inch Boris Karloff Frankenstein, so the classic movie one. We sold the crap out of that, and people wanted it. There was no other figures that went with it, but everybody wanted that green Frankenstein with the bolts and looking like Karloff and stuff like that. So I can absolutely understand why people would want green, and why there's some traditionalists that this does look cool too. This is a different way. So both, I think people are gonna be happy. That's what the Horsemen like to do. They like to give us joy and happiness. So maybe the third one will be the grayscale one that we some of us wanted to kind of match the amazing photography that Trevor did, and I think Dub 3 did too, with the the black and white photos. Those were like amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the only other thing that I wanted to talk about is, now that we know, this kind of changes things. This kind of changes the conversation. Now that we know that more is coming. All right, so let's talk about this. Who do we think the next? Let's assume that we're getting 2 more figures. Let's assume maybe Ghost of Christmas Past is on the table. And then it may be like Leger or Fisher Rice. Maybe we're going to get something kind of out of there that we don't know about. What are your predictions for the next? Let's say we're getting 2. Like, what would your predictions be for the next 2?
I think one of us said maybe cosmic, maybe one cosmic like they did with Fisher. Mm-hmm. I feel like the studio is trying to get more interest into cosmic. So I think maybe them doing, and then I think you and we had talked about it in the group chat. I thought it would be cool if they did a repaint of a figure that we don't have yet, like an Ox Crew or something, the astronaut, the spacesuit kind of figure, or Kern Ray or something. It's not coming out until the end of the year. So, it's new to us. We haven't had it yet. So it'd be cool to get a repaint of one of those, or kind of, like an altered version, kind of like Fisher Rice. And then I don't see them doing more skeletons for like a Vikenfell. I could see them maybe using those dwarf legs that we got for the 2-pack. Maybe they're doing like a special dwarf.
That'd be great. A new dwarf would be good.
They got those legs in, and they're not using them for anything other than the dwarf 2-pack that's coming from is it Ashes of Agamemnon?
Yep.
Right.
So maybe they're going to use the dwarf legs.
Oh, not it's Rising Suns. Rising Suns.
It's Rising Suns. Yeah, Rising Suns. That 2-pack. Yeah. And dwarfs haven't really got a lot of love lately. So.
Oh, Chris, I would be yes. I'm really what I think I told the guys in our private chat was. I was like, I want Kaylee and Shun as a shadow circle. Like, I would love that. It'd be so awesome. I mean, I don't think we're getting a great version of that.
Yeah, he
did
so quickly. But yeah. I think a Tusk and a female knight. Ooh,
that'd be cool.
I'm down
love
for
that. Yeah, I would love that.
Well, in our group chat too, Mark, you were asking like, with the success of the Shadow Circle, the Fisher Rice, could they turn around something fast enough? And it's like, we're like, well, the tooling's done. And just to give you the perfect example, last year that skeleton came out, and please guys correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't it like October-ish, the in-stock sale, or September? And it sold out within like whatever it was, an hour or something like that, or 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then everybody's like, well, can't they make more? So the guys got together and they've made the Graveyard Skeleton set, which is coming out. And that was, I mean, that's like that fast. I mean, that's
they
impressive.
wedged that into the production, I think, to get it out, ASAP, which I think is really savvy.
That was a very quick. So yeah, I mean, maybe it's possible. Maybe it is possible that
so.
Fisher, they were able, since the release of Fisher, to be like, okay, well, that colorway did really well. So what if we released another figure in that colorway?
And now Trevor is not saying anything.
That's okay. We don't want Trevor to get into
also confirmed now, because his silence confirms everything. We're all correct about all of our speculations.
So thank you.
And you know what the best part is? Trevor's, we can't see his face, so we can't see him go, oh, they're right. Or no, you guys are so wrong.
I guessed. What do you think, Mark? What's your thoughts on?
I would love I just love Kaylee and Shun so much. I am the official
I know you do,
president
buddy.
and
It's
CEO
okay.
of the Kaylee and Shun Appreciation Club.
So you're
more
team
artwork to come.
Kaylee.
More artwork to come for sure.
I'm team
But no,
Ragnar.
I love her. I like if they wanted to give me her like as a Shadow Circle, great. Any other colorway, I'll take her. I would love that. That'd be great. I do love the dwarves are my favorite race, so I think giving us a new dwarf would be fantastic. I do think it's probably going to be cosmic related, the one that they toss in. That's like the
I do
odd
too.
one out. I think, and I love your idea of giving us one of the Ox crew or one of the aliens, one of the other races or something that we haven't had before, but in a new way. I think that's a brilliant move. That would be great if they were able to pull that off. I think it would be fantastic. I kind of feel like they've done that before. Have they done that? Have they ever announced like figures that were coming and then they give us a version of that earlier? I kind of feel like that's happened before.
Yeah, they used parts. I mean, they've used parts for, and I'm trying to think of an example. I'm sure I'm surrounded by examples, but I know the current, like the boots on Marley were used on Kern Ray.
Well, he's thinking. Look at Trevor's post.
Kaipacha.
Yeah, Trevor. Thank you, buddy. I like the little look at that. Curtis says, "I don't speculate. I tell the future." Yeah, I kind of feel like this has happened. I may need to go back and do my research, but I kind of feel like they have done this before, where they have. I really wish I could pinpoint the exact like what I'm thinking of, but I feel like that we've gotten something earlier than the promise.
I mean, like I said, there's been parts that they've given us. You know, like with I think the Red Death, there was wasn't there parts that
That's
were...
it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
The Red Death body was used in a later wave, and we got it earlier because that's the parts from Necronominus that's out right now. The undead builder, Legion builder. Is it like the zombified arms and legs? Like that's the body for Red Death. That's it. That's the one I was thinking of. So yeah, I think that's very possible.
And then Marley boots, like I said, the Marley boots were used on Kern Ray, and also I think Kaipacha too. So we've got some earlier parts in surprise drops. We've gotten early parts.
Of Kaipacha, man, I'm very sad because I'm starting to realize that I don't have him pre-ordered anywhere, and he's pretty much sold out everywhere. But I'm really hoping I can get him at shows.
Try Nerdzoic. Maybe Nerdzoic's got some.
I think Nerdzoic does have it in stock, but I think his are pay now, like all up front.
Yeah, there's a couple that are like that. The other one's like I was gonna say is going to be Jay's Toys and Games, and then Chuzzy Wubbies. I don't know if he's pay up front or not.
Chubsy Wubsy.
Chubsy Wubsies. Yeah.
I want to bring up something. I'm not trying to steer the show, and I don't know if it's something that was on your.
It's your show. Steer it.
I guess there was a post this morning. I think it was this morning, where Jeremy was saying that the what's his name, the orange dragon dude. I keep thinking Scourge, but it's not. It's Kragnar. Kragnar was, I guess, the Kragnar body and the head pack was sold out already, and then they released some more. So that kind of surprised me that something is selling out from the studio already, but they're taking pre-orders. So that kind of.
But the Kragnars are what they have in existence. Like all those bodies, all those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not making new ones. This is based on what they have inventory-wise.
It just kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, shoot, why would it be sold out if it's a pre-order? But I didn't think that the Kragnars are pre-existing, from their stock. I didn't think about that.
All those bodies are ones they have right now in stock. And that's why I think the idea for doing the cosmic heads, which to try to make it more mythic related with pop and swap is a great idea. It's a great marketing opportunity. I think it's something they should probably consider in place of hands packs going forward. Maybe they want to do head packs and stuff like that, and maybe get some of the talented artists like the Curtis Ackermans, the Matt Steins, the Eric Millers, the Noah Pratts, the Dennis Derbys, and I could go on.
Artisans.
Get the artisans to do some stuff. Because it would be cool, I think, to do, like, if you're going to do Knights, to have a Dennis Derby head pack, painted head pack, or
nice.
So there's lots of opportunities with it, and I think that's also part of, like I said, a great help for Cosmic Legions to try to come up with something different. Because, like I said, the humanoid figures are really the female figures. There's not really a male one. The closest one is he's in the back, but
Novian.
Yeah. So, so that's a little bit tougher. So, but I think that's fun. I think it's a fun way to kind of get the community involved in it. I think it's also a great way too, because if they were sitting on those cosmic figures and, they can find a way to kind of help move them through the system, that's great. Len from Wolf King Custom is doing something similar with Emil. And they're doing the Emil 12 and 25, 12 new heads in 2025. And then you can either get the first one was Dubin. So I don't know if you guys, I think I sent you the picture.
Yeah, it's a very Mortal Kombat-esque style, like hooded, masked character. Yeah.
So he did the poll the other day looking for figures. He sent me a thing. Hey, what figures do you think I have in my warehouse that I could do the next Emil? And then we did the big poll. And unfortunately, my 2 figures didn't work out, but that's okay. I'm cool with that.
They were good choices,
have
man.
They announced the results yet?
They announced the results at 4:00 yesterday. It was the Xylornian Guard. So he's gonna be the next one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I voted for Thrace. I wanted Thrace.
Thrace or Dark Templar are good choices.
Yeah,
I think
those are going to be fantastic. So yeah, that's really cool. I do have the heads pack. I'm going to wait and order them from Big Bad Toy Store, only because I couldn't afford to place a $40 order with them right now, or $50, because I got 4 of the heads pack. I wanted 4 of the heads packs plus shipping, so I had to. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till they hit Big Bad Toy Store.
How much do you think they'll go up? $1 or $2, maybe $12.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe 15.
I don't know. I mean, the last 2 things like the book didn't go up, and then like the figure went up like $5. So yeah, maybe $1.
And then
I think it'd be okay.
I wonder if Big Bad will also do like the bundle. They probably have a ton of cosmics too, that they wouldn't mind.
Yeah, maybe they worked something out. But I'm gonna get every one of them except for the bugs. I'm just not a big bug guy. The only bug that I have is the blue one, and he does come with the helmet, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't need that. So one last thing before we move off of this topic completely and let everybody go, because we've been holding them hostage for an hour and 38 minutes now, is speculation. Do we think we're going to get the Ghost of Christmas Past as a repaint in this wave?
I don't think so. Like you said, I think it's too early. Could be. I mean, we could be wrong, but it just seems like we just got it. So I think they're going to put that in the next retail wave, maybe towards the end of the year.
Yeah, and the other reason too why it feels like you guys mentioned how like it was so close together. The calendar shifted this year, or last year I should say, because of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving went late, and it screwed up everybody in retail world because like we had 3 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas, whereas previously, because of the way the calendar fell, we had 4 weeks, and so that's going to be that way for the next couple of years until the calendar moves around. So I believe that you could. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Chris.
Checking into that.
I believe that. Curtis is 1,000%. We can.
Do you think 1,000% now, like revealed in this wave, or are you thinking a next wave, Curtis? So are you saying it's inevitable, or are you saying it's coming this wave? And I'll take that collection.
I'll take.
Take that collection for sure.
I definitely would like to see her repainted. I think she'd be amazing. I think I said
for sure.
Chat.
I just think it's if they for this wave.
Yeah, like I think they could go two ways. One, if you wanted to stay very Christmassy with it, paint her like all gold, like everything is gold. Her head's gold, the hair's gold, like the skin, like the robes, variations of gold. And then, yeah, Curtis says in this wave, and then maybe
Okay.
textures either matte or super shiny or whatever to give her more of that godlike quality. I think that would be kind of cool. Or they could go the other way since we're well past the what is it? What are they when they say okay, like the reviews can go out or the embargo? I think that if they went with like the specter head, so like the ghost head, the scary head, maybe make her in black and then maybe give
More
her
of like a horror kind of.
Go, yeah, exactly. Like go full scary with
So
her.
she could be Halloween. She could be a Halloween type figure too.
Exactly. Curtis says each retailer wave will have a Christmas one. Yeah, I mean they have so far, so it just stands to reason that they would do her as well.
What if they went translucent with her?
Oh man, that would be incredible.
That would be good.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful figure. Either way, I'll take one.
Translucent. I mean, not this color, but this is one of the best translucent figures. Like I said, I've seen. I know Hagnon. I only had Hagnon in the package before he got shipped off in a trade to my good buddy Cullen. So Curtis, here you go.
Dropping some scoops.
Wow, Curtis. Thank you, Curtis.
Okay. All right.
Somebody mentioned something yesterday and I didn't even catch it. I don't know who caught it, but I guess they changed the packaging for the new Frankenstein's creature. It's Frankenstein's monster, and then there's Frankenstein's creature. I guess they changed the name for the retail version.
Wow, I don't know. I didn't. They didn't show.
Yeah, it was a post yesterday. Somebody was asking about it.
Yeah. Well, let's ask Curtis. Curtis knows.
Curtis
Sci-Fi Toys still has free shipping. Hey, Chris, is that how you spell it for their website? Is SIFI?
I've never been on there. I'll have to check out their website.
Me
no
neither.
offense,
I never ordered from
Steve.
them, but I'll give it a look.
I'm gonna
I don't have
them too.
I just keep thinking I'll just pick everything up at shows, but now everybody's scaring me, saying, "Hey, they're not going to be at shows. It's going to be less and less at shows.
Fun to
it's gonna be
go to the shows."
So,
Do you have a retailer near you, Mark?
We in Jacksonville. It's 2.5 hours to our.
Yeah, that's about me. Detroit, I've got about 2 hours.
But
if they got the stuff,
I don't ever order anything from there. Like I've never ordered anything from there. Yeah, he says yes, that is how you spell it. So I'm gonna give him a look.
Check it out.
Yeah, I do everything online. But yeah, I mean everything is like sold out. Like Necronominus is not sold out on Big Bad Toy Store, but Ashes is. Like,
the smaller waves.
So much. So much of it's already sold out.
This is the thing too with thinking about the waves. Necronominus and All-Star 6 were huge waves. They were ordered kind of still at the height of everybody, and a lot of retailers were joining in. So I think those are going to be okay. I think Rising Sun Noble Bear is going to be okay in terms of that. When you talked about Ashes being small, I think because it was a smaller wave to begin with, and there were no heavy hitters. Let's be honest. There's nothing in that wave I've got to have. It's no major character, but no major characters. They're all cool. I'm
an Azza fan. She's my favorite. So yeah. I was about to bow out right now.
So it's okay, but I like the Azza because I bought a few for her too. But I'm saying the orders were lesser because also talking to some of the retailers in the past, there used to be more. There used to be a longer period of time between you getting waves. And now we're getting wave after wave after wave, plus Cosmic and Figure Obscura and Retailer Appreciation Wave. So there's a lot of things. Bill's list, the Dork Lair list that he put up. You see that list, and then by the way, what we just got a couple of weeks ago, right? We got the Cosmic head packs now. So there's a lot going on. So I can see where retailers have decided to, make some decisions. I know somebody who didn't buy the Graveyard Skeletons, and I was shocked. And he's like, my customers have slowed down on buying Mythic Legions. I've cut back on my orders. I'm like, okay, that makes. You got to do what you got to do. That's prudent. I mean, I did that 3 months ago. I had a store that didn't do so well for back to school because it's in Japan and the yen is terrible against the dollar. So everybody's going off the base to buy their back to school supplies. So I cut back on my orders. for next year. I can't be holding X amount of inventory. So the same thing with the retailers. I've got all this stuff that's not moving, and then the Horsemen are putting more out. So what do?
Yeah.
You gotta manage your inventory. So it's a smart thing to do. And again, if you want to lock in, get a pre-order, or see who's got stuff. You may pay a little bit more, or buy the figure you really, really want, or the 2 or 3 or whatever with 4 Horsemen, and then pick up the stuff later on at some retailers. Put it on right after the pre-order ends. Just throw it on Big Bad Toy Store. You're not guaranteed to have to take it.
Well, that's what I did. I had the entire Ashes Wave pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, and then I was like, well, I'm going to all these shows. I'll pick them all up. So I kicked them all off of pre-order, and now half of them are sold out. So let's see here. Yeah, Curtis says the environment is different. It will be interesting to see going forward. I did double check while Heinrich was giving us that update. On the official Instagram page, it is listed as Frankenstein's Monster by Jeremy. So he chooses his words very carefully. It is monster this time versus creature. So yeah, that'll
might be movie, like the movie though.
Yeah. Frankenstein's Monster. Yep.
Right.
So let's go and check out our poll. How did the poll do? Let's give it a look here.
Did anybody vote besides
thumbs
us?
Thumbs up to Curtis too on one.
Yep, we did have people vote, and then let me go ahead and share the screen, and I'm going to share the window here.
The Wolf King's supposed to be getting their
There it is. The results
stuff
are in. 77% of you guys voted for 11 a.m. So there you have it. 11 a.m. is the winner.
There you have it.
Moving forward, everybody.
I think we just lost Curtis. We just lost Curtis, I think.
That's okay.
You know what? We can always do this, Mark. You can always do a little pregame segment before Schmerber is available, so that way you get Curtis in.
There we go. Do a little pregame.
I'm up for that too. I mean, it's just that 10:30, 10:45 is when I'm busy.
Yeah.
So
I can be your reliever for 15 minutes, man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So, well, I really appreciate you, Heinrich, for jumping on and
thank you, man.
Out. I'm glad that Greg was able to come back, and we had a 3-way. It's not what I meant. It sounded better in my head, but it's on there. It's on the internet now. I said it. I think Curtis is right. Just wait until they come out and then order from Wolf King. Yep, get a free head. Free head is always good. Again, sounded better in the head. So yeah, I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thanks for everybody for voting and helping us decide what we're going to do. That was very
appreciate it.
Sorry, we almost give you guys a double sized episode of Double Jointed, even though it wasn't double jointed, it was triple jointed today.
Triple jointed.
We did the
triple double.
Triple double.
So thank you, everybody. You guys can find Heinrich in the Cabal. He is always on there. You can find it. Where can we find you on Instagram? You're on Instagram too, right?
Yeah, it's HG Hoffman. One, just no spaces.
1 F.
There you go.
1 F, 2 N's.
Thank you.
And we have New to Mythics. Greg is like rocking it at New to Mythics every week, dropping the interviews. My guy is just crushing it. We didn't get a chance to even chat about the fact that I had Bill on my show yesterday.
Man, that's
great.
Awesome.
That was a fun show, man. I enjoyed seeing that again. I could tell Bill had a good time too. He's like, I don't have to carry the show. Oh wait, I'm a guest, but I do have to carry the show.
Yeah, it was great. I have to tell you, I will give you guys a little quick behind the scenes. I was super, super nervous before interviewing Bill because I'd only spoken to him a couple times at Legions Con, and I was super, super nervous. So I had to go in my kitchen, and my wife and I are not drinkers, but we do have a little jar of moonshine that we bought over the holidays with some friends. From Old Smoky, and so I had to hit a little lick of that, calm my nerves. It made it all the better. But it was great. I had no reason to be nervous.
He's a good dude.
He is a wonderful, wonderful guy. I really appreciate him taking the time to sit down and talk with me. You guys are you're in for a treat because we got somebody really cool coming up this week. And I was trying to figure out what my clue would be for this week's guest, and kind of racking my head. But here's the clue. Here's the clue. This week's guest, the clue is reptile. Reptile.
I'm excited for that one. I know who it is, and I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, great interview with Bill. Absolutely. I like Brian Carson's double-sized, double-jointed, and then One More Day Closer to the Dragon. That's right. Stop reminding me. God, I don't know how I'm going to pay for that thing. All right. So, check out.
Man. Sell.
I know, right? Sell, baby. That's what I gotta
Or
do.
find out if Terrence has any extra bartending gigs and go help him out. That's what I ended up doing in December. I worked a party, private party, made some money. I'm like, oh look, there's dragon money.
There you go.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I do. I wish there was some night shifts I could take at my job, but it doesn't work like that. The university closes at night. So, well, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector, where I'm doing a lot of pose videos because I'm having a lot of fun posing stuff up. Does this week's guest's name rhyme with Ackerman? No, but soon, buddy. Soon. I have 2 more to get through, and then I'll be like racking my head about like who are we gonna get. Slash from Guns N' Roses. Wow, that's very close. Very close. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. We almost hit 2 hours. We've never done 2 hours before. This is crazy. My kids are like my sons had a sleepover. Had a friend over for sleepover. They're dying to get in here and play video games. So every time you saw me lean over, they're always like, "When are you going to be done?" And I'm like, "Get out of here."
Almost. They're like, "Dad, come on, Dad."
Yeah, they're like, "You only go for an hour. What is this mess?" Like, I told them, like, don't bother me if the door's shut. But yeah, so we've got some really cool reviews coming up this week. I'm going to be dropping another review on Monday for Mythic Legions. On Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a review of the Marvel Legends Sam Wilson Captain America, the newest one that's out in honor of Captain America Brave New World, hitting this weekend. It hits this Friday, Thursday night, Friday, sometime like that. I won't get a chance to see it this weekend. We're going to
be a good movie. Next week. Marvel really needs a hit, man.
Yeah. I did find out that they are actually going to go to, I forgot the god, whatever the god was in, what was that movie? The
Eternals,
and the hand was left in the ocean, like coming out. So I think they call that Tiamat Island. And I believe they're going to that place. So we're going to see that. And that is the birthplace of adamantium on Earth. And so there's a new TV spot out right now that talks about that. It says, it's a global war over adamantium.
Oh, yes, I saw that. And also I saw the clip. Did you see the clip with Harrison Ford talking to Sam about we want to start the Avengers, to rebuild the Avengers?
Yeah, that's in the new trailer too. He's like, yeah, we need to rebuild the Avengers. And so we'll see. So now we kind of see how they're going to be bringing adamantium into the world, and everybody's fighting over the mineral rights to that island. So we'll see. I hope it's great. It looks good. Red Hulk. Yeah.
Heinrich, are you going to go see it?
I'm debating. I may not go see it.
Heinrich's a tough critic, man.
I may not go see it.
Words.
I may not go see it first weekend. I'm going to see. I will say this. Anthony Mackie, I'm a huge fan of his. And he's also, me and Schmerbert, huge Boba Fett fan. He has a Boba Fett helmet signed by Jeremy Bulloch. Like, he brought it on. He was doing an interview during COVID, and he said kind of did what I just did early in the show. Here, hold on a second. Let me go grab this. And he brings out the helmet, and it's signed, to Anthony, blah, 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 from Jeremy Bulloch. So he's a huge Star Wars, huge Boba Fett fan. I like him very much as Falcon. I enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I did too. Yeah.
So I liked how they set it up. I thought that TV series was a great setup for this movie.
Yeah.
So we'll see it.
Watch that last episode again.
Yeah, me too.
This movie.
I think. I just hope it's good. I just want it to be good.
Yeah.
And he has both suits. He's got the suit from the Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier series that's mostly white. He has that at the beginning of this movie, and then he goes into the blue. The new Marvel Legends is the blue figure. So yeah, that'll be coming up. Yeah, we're not going to see it this weekend. We just got too much going on. We'll probably go see it on Tuesday night of next week. It's cheap movie night, so in our area. So we'll probably go and do that. So yeah, again, how many false endings do we have to the show? It's like this whole entire episode was directed by Peter Jackson. We got 6 endings to Lord of the Rings. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up at this point. We'll see you guys next week at our
11.
new time that you guys voted on, 11 o'clock. So I'll be sure to note that in the show and when I put it up on YouTube for upcoming. But yeah, next week, tune in at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock next week, and that'll be the new time moving forward. So see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I super appreciate it. We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.